Hi everyone, for the first time since the event began a few years ago, we're finally able to attend the Grand Carnivale at King's Dominion. We're going to be going around taking a look at the different attractions, things that you can do here. There are a whole bunch of food booths you can visit. There's a lot of stage performances and a few other things you can do. So we're going to take a look at the decorations and everything they have here. This is a very limited time event, only 3 weeks in length, and I'm not sure why it's so short, but if you want to check it out for yourself, you better hurry over here because it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, there's been some updates to the construction at the park. We're going to check that out as well, so let's go. Since the last time we were in Jungle X-Pedition, they updated the construction walls with some giant bird talon claw marks here in multiple places along the wall. It's a really cool artistic touch, but that's not the really exciting part of what's back here. The exciting part is behind the research center. You can finally see some track being put into place. There's some over here, and then over here you can see a crane that's putting in some more track. Nothing is actively going on as we're here on July 19th, but you can see the results of the work that they have been doing. More pieces of track over here. So this track is actually a little bit lighter in color than what it looked like out in the parking lot, which I think is strange. Maybe my eyes are going bad, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the track we saw in the parking lot wasn't this color. There's a piece of track and a support right here, right next to the research center. Here's a sneaky look through the fence at a piece of track right in front of the Flight of Fear building. And one more angle. There aren't a lot of very good vantage points through the fence, and the phone goes blurry very quickly. So this is some of the best I can get for now. You can see a piece of overbanked turn rising up above the exit cave of Reptilian over here. At this point, we have yet to ride a wing coaster with a launch, so I'm excited to see what that experience is like. I wish we had come over here first, over by Arachnidia. You can get some really good views of the track, especially if you back up a little bit. You can get the straight track, but then as you move forward, you can get the overbank over here too. It's too bad they couldn't have made the fence about 1.5 feet shorter. We'd get so much better views. But I understand why they did it. Since you can see pieces of track in front of the Flight of Fear Spaghetti Bowl building, it stands to reason that you can see it as you're walking toward Flight of Fear. So here's the track, the view of the track as you're heading toward that building. You can see the straight track where I assume the launch is going to be, and the overbank turn. That's a nice piece of track right there. Official announcement from King's Dominion about this coaster coming on Wednesday, July 31st. Hopefully by then I haven't gone completely colorblind. As you can see from the sign out in front of the fountains, Grand Carnivale only runs for 2 weeks from July 13th to July 28th. By the time you're seeing this, they should be about to hit their final weekend of the season, so if you want to check this out for yourself, try to get out as quickly as you can. I'm not sure why the timing of it is so short. In true King's Dominion fashion, as you enter the park, you're greeted with a giant sign. This one's extra fancy. They have statue heads of a queen and king. And then right next to that, there's something else special. Like a lot of special occasions, they have a special photo spot that you can stand in front of to have your picture taken through a hole in the head. So this time, in this case, they have 2 of them. Only one of them you can actually put your head through. So here you see we have Jen sticking her head through. Sorry Jen. Jen's over here. They even changed their map at the front of the park to show where all of the Grand Carnivale festivities are. You can see, starting at Apple Zapple, the parade follows a path around the park. The two sets of dots, the one to the left and the one around the Eiffel Tower, show where they'll stop the parade to get out and party. But aside from that line, actually, that's a zoomed in version of the Eiffel Tower. The actual circle where they get out and party is down here. But aside from that, you can see that everything else aside from the parade is just circling the Eiffel Tower, so it's very centrally located, so it shouldn't be hard to get to everything today. All the way through International Street, the area is decorated with giant beads from the ceiling, from the entrance archway to each of their stores, and you can also see they have Grand Carnivale logo flags hanging down as well. They have rainbow colored flags out in front here, beads on these other stores. The window of the KD Outfitters is outfitted with a series of Grand Carnivale merchandise, mainly t-shirts here. There's a few different designs to choose from. They also have a whole tray of beads, which you can actually buy some of the beads inside the store if you're willing. But this particular shirt is interesting because this is the 2024 design, and there's a sign in the window over here. If you buy this particular shirt, they will give you a free Grand Carnivale pin while supplies last. So that's kind of neat. I kind of want to get this shirt just for the pin. Here's a look at the pin that you would get for free if you purchase the shirt. It regularly retails for $9.99, so if you opt to not get the shirt, you can also just straight purchase the pin if you prefer. Inside the actual store, they have a couple of other shirt designs that they didn't have in the window, including this one with Snoopy and Woodstock being party animals. And they also have a selection of purple and gold bubble ones with the Grand Carnivale logo on them. They have the second Grand Carnivale pin not involved in the shirt purchase. This particular pin is also $9.99. There's also the selection of these Grand Carnivale walking sticks in this basket. Where Jen's thumb is right here is actually a button to make presumably to make the top of this light up, but it doesn't seem to be turned on at the moment, so we can't see what that looks like right now. Not related to Grand Carnivale, but they had previously an Intimidator 305 model here. They've changed the box art for their coaster model to say Project 305 now. Right by the entrance of what will be Cornstalkers during Halloween Haunt, they have this sculpture of a jester's wand being held by a large hand. And there's also a photo spot. There's the entrance to Cornstalkers. There's also a photo spot of a giant jester head over here too, where you can take a picture. They have professional photographers standing over there as well. And then when you get to the end of International Street, you get the giant Eiffel Tower with a giant focal point Carnivale sign on it. Can't wait to see what this looks like at night with lights on it. They now have a small sign up advertising their next event after Grand Carnivale, the brand new Food and Wine Festival starting August 2nd. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays only. Should be a fun time. On this well-decorated stage on the opposite side of the fountain from the entrance of the park, right near the Eiffel Tower, is where they do the royal opening ceremony to kick off Grand Carnivale each day at 5 o'clock.
Carnivale opening ceremony and Royal Variety Showcase. I am Archie, the King's lead jester, and this is my newly appointed assistant, Alfie. We will be your masters of ceremony for tonight's entertainment.
Yes. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we proudly give you King Carnivale and Queen Carnivale!
Ladies and gentlemen,
boys and girls,
debutantes and noble visitors,
from kingdoms near and far,
welcome to Grand Carnival at King's Dominion!
where we have one rule, and that's to have fun.
Friends, tonight we invite you to come together, unite and discover the sights, the sounds, and the taste of celebrations from around the world. From festive Spain,
To romantic France,
to mystical China and India,
to Italy and Germany,
to the explosive American Mardi Gras. Tonight, the world is yours to explore.
there is so much to do, so much to see, and you simply must partake in all of the food and drink of Grand Carnival.
Ooh, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Well, hold on to that appetite, dear. Oh, did I mention the crafts? Be sure to stop by the craft tent located behind the Eiffel Tower. Fun for kids and adults. Let your creativity run wild as our Grand Carnival performers help invite you to be a part of a very own party patrol.
And as day turns into night, let yourself be immersed in the shimmering, glimmering lights and pulsing rhythms of a one-of-a-kind spectacle of color parade beginning at 9 p.m.
And be ready for our party stops throughout the parade. When the parade stops, the party begins as our performers invite you to celebrate with them in a street party unlike any other.
Ooh, I get chills just thinking about it.
Do you need a jacket, dear?
I might. But now, I think it's time we turn this back over to our Master of Ceremony.
Masters of ceremonies, masters, plural. There are two of us.
Masters of Ceremony, I think it's time we get this party started.
The time has come, my friends. Are you ready for fun? Are you ready for a celebration unlike any other? Oh, unite and join me as we count down to the opening of Grand Carnival. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Grand Carnival! All right, King's Dominion, give us some noise! All right, DJ, let's get this music party started!
A few times during the night, they also do a show on the stage called Retrospect. Here's a little sampling of what they do for that show. One of the exciting things about Grand Carnival is the selection of the international foods all around the Eiffel Tower. Right here, the Grain and Grill has been changed into China Delights. So you can come here if you like some Chinese food. They have a look at the sign here. They have smoked duck fried rice, Szechuan beef bao bun, almond and fortune cookies. They also have a QR code where you can go to see the full menu if you're interested. The decorations over here are really neat as well. They have a nice terracotta statue over here next to the Grain and Grill. It's a lot like a smaller scale food and wine festival. And this cutout of a panda with a box of fireworks standing on a box that says Grand Carnivale. QR code on this box. We'll get to what that QR code's for in a little bit. So from China, we got both the duck fried rice and the beef bao buns. There are two bao buns that come with the beef bao buns. So Jen said she thought that the bao buns were just sort of okay. The beef, she said, was actually really salty and there wasn't really enough slaw on top to counterbalance it. If they had added more slaw, it probably actually would have been really good. But she still liked it well enough to say it was okay. I actually haven't had a lot of duck in my life, so I don't have a lot of experience to compare this to. I did like the texture of the duck in the rice, but I didn't really get a whole lot of flavor, honestly. I did like the rest of the fried rice, the rice and the veggies that were in there, but I mean, it was basically just standard fried rice, unless you can taste the duck, so like Jen's bao bun, it was just okay. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. Directly next to China is the French cuisine, featuring a croque monsieur, a crepe florentine, and Grand Marnier crepes. Again with the QR code. There's a little fleur-de-lis down here. The actual food booth itself looks like a Parisian cafe. And they have a little directory over here pointing you to Notre Dame Cathedral, the Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre, the Moulin Rouge, and they also have a bunch of signs tacked onto the post. Kind of reminds me of what they did for the France Pavilion in Epcot. I'm assuming France is actually like this. That's pretty cool. The other side of the little cafe has a flower cart. And next to that is a poodle holding a basket of French baguettes and other delicacies. There again is the QR code. The bar on the side of the Grain and Grill has become the Carnivale Concoctions, where you can get several different cocktails. They have these 4 signatures, and then they have some mocktails, and you can also get a collectible Pilsner. Right next to the bar outside of the Grain and Grill is this photo spot where you can lounge on a Chinese-inspired chair. And at the top, it lets you know that this really is a photo spot with you can use the hashtag KD Grand Carnivale to tag your photos. If you're going counterclockwise around the Eiffel Tower, the next place you'll come to is German Specialties. At German Specialties, you can get a schnitzel slider, pretzel bites, currywurst, or a Black Forest trifle. And the medallion at the bottom of this one is this. Here's the actual German Specialties booth. They have the Oktoberfest colors along the fence, Oktoberfest flags flying. And then past the booth, with all the German flags, they have a beer garden. This is also labeled as a KD Grand Carnivale photo spot. I can see why, it's really nice. They have to be pretty far back to get the whole thing in. Next to that, though, is a reindeer with an accordion. And a QR code for Germany. The Eiffel Tower, King's Dominion, has been closed for a while, and this fence has been up here blocking the entrance, but at least they're not using it as dead space right now. They have a Mardi Gras mask, a giant Mardi Gras mask on this fence, taking up most of the space. I actually make that several large Mardi Gras masks along the fence around the Eiffel Tower. Directly under the Eiffel Tower is this very large Buddha statue, probably 15-ish feet tall, with some food laying at its base. Some obviously not real food, but there's fruit over here and on this side. That's a very impressive statue. On the opposite side of the Eiffel Tower from that statue is this elephant statue, Indian elephant, with some tapestries on the tables next to it. In front of the elephant is a tiger holding an India passport with a QR code and a basket of food. Continuing around the Eiffel Tower past the Indian elephant is a Taste of Spain. They have a very simple menu. They have your choice of paella or buñuelos, which is apparently a dessert. Fried dough dusted with cinnamon sugar, topped with chocolate and caramel sauce. Here's what the Spain booth actually looks like. They have a bunch of mosaic tiles on the wall, a little bit of faux brick at the bottom. They also have this pillar here that has more of the tiles on it. And the little cartoony character for Spain is this turtle with a guitar. And here's his Spain passport. I love the colorful tables that they have sitting out here for you to eat at if you choose to eat from Spain. Nice little flower arrangement on each one. So from Spain, Jen opted for the paella, which has 2 shrimp on top of it, as you can see. It also has some chicken and some sausage. The rice is saffron rice. It's got peas, garlic, a bunch of other ingredients in it. But yeah, just the 2 shrimp, but the portion size isn't that big. It's also not that expensive, so it kind of evens out. She also got a signature cocktail known as the Carnivale cocktail, which actually wasn't listed on the sign that we showed earlier, but it was listed inside of the Taste of Spain booth. This cocktail is a passion fruit and cherry mixed with tropical flavors. Jen is a big fan of rice in general, so it's no surprise that she actually really enjoyed the paella. She did, however, say that the shrimp itself, she had one of the 2 shrimp, she said that shrimp was a little bit overdone, but not severely overdone. Overall, she's really enjoyed what she's had out of this paella, though. In addition to the 2 pieces of shrimp, there are also 2 little round slices of sausage in here. Jen said that the sausage was incredibly spicy, so if spice isn't your thing, you may want to avoid this. So Jen said that she felt the cocktail was a little bit too sweet, but she was pretty much expecting it to be too sweet. It comes out of a little pre-mixed dispenser and they sprinkle some cherry syrup over top. So that all combined comes out to be a lot of sweetness. It's not a surprise, but if you don't like overly sweet drinks, you probably won't enjoy this one too much. There's another Carnivale concoctions in the beer and wine shop right next to the pizza parlor on International Street. They offer the same cocktails and mocktails as the one on the other side of the area. It's interesting the beer and wine doors are actually open. This is the first time I think we might have been here where I've seen these doors open. I don't remember the last time, if ever, that I've seen them open. And last but not least, circling around the International Street and the Eiffel Tower, they turned the pizza parlor into Italian fare. Italian fare has 3 different options: a lasagna fritta, a piadina, and a cannoli for dessert. Also, there's a cool little Italian medallion at the bottom of that also. At first glance, in terms of decoration, the Italy area only has this small little topiary with a nice little Italian sculpture at the bottom of it. However, if you go around the pretzels and around the beer and wine area, you come to the interesting part. These Italian barrels with the Italian flag sticking out of them. And next to that, a bird, I think an owl maybe, on a basket of tomatoes, holding the Italy passport. So now it's time to finish up with some dessert. Thankfully, both Italy and France have some good desserts on their menu. From Italy, I got the cannoli. I like cannolis so much that I didn't even bother to look at what kind of cannoli it is. It looks like on the ends it has chocolate chips and pistachios. And then from France, we got the Grand Marnier crepe. which is covered in a chantilly cream, and they make these fresh right in front of you, so you know it should be tasting good. Yeah, so the cannoli is nice and airy and fluffy. The cream inside is pretty sweet, a little bit heavy, but it's exactly made how a cannoli filling cream should be. I would have to say that this is technically a pretty standard cannoli. However, I love it because I love cannoli, so I'm a little bit biased, but I'm a big fan of this cannoli, even though it's pretty standard, nothing really special. Jen said she didn't mind her crepes, but they're really made for people who like very sweet desserts. She said that the orange Grand Marnier drizzle on top had a good sweet tanginess. There is more cream inside of the crepes, and she said that that cream that's inside of the crepes is very, very sweet. So while she enjoyed it, you better be prepared if you have this for a lot of sweetness. It's not mild at all. There are a series of games and tents around the Eiffel Tower as well that you can play. They have a Break the Plate game themed to China that has Hello Kitty prizes. The game for France is a ring toss style game. You try to toss these rings on the giant Eiffel Towers in here. I like the backdrop in here also, it's really cool. The German game is Ballwurf, a ball toss game. Try to get it into these colored cups to win a prize. Looks like it's Sonic the Hedgehog based prizes. And the game for Italy is the Leaning Tower of Pisa toss, where you try to throw a ball into the towers. I really like this backdrop too with the tower in the background. And here are the prices to play the games. 3 tokens for 15, 6 for 25, 18 for 60. So if you get 18 tokens, that comes up to be about $3.50-ish a token. They have this cool little paint by number wall over here. It looks like it's pretty far along for a Grand Carnivale. It ends with this cool gator over here, which we'll talk about that cool gator in just a little bit. So do you remember all those QR codes we were seeing around? If you come to this booth, it's on the opposite side. It's right across from where you would normally enter the Eiffel Tower. There's a booth here. Have this gator cut out over here, who's also holding another passport for the United States. This is Marty. M-A-R-D-I, and he's got another QR code on his passport. You can come to this booth to play a little scavenger hunt game with those QR codes. It's Marty's QR Passport to Adventure is the name of the event. So if you scan the QR code that's on Marty P. Raw to be specific, you get this little YouTube video where he explains the rules. If you go to the booth where we just showed you, you can get a passport book, and the goal is to go around to each of the characters holding the QR codes, take a picture of them, and also scan their QR code. Scanning the QR code will give you another video of that character talking to you, and then when you get all of your pictures, you take your passport back to that booth, and they will give you some stamps for each country visited, as he's saying right now, and a special World Traveler button. So that's all there is to it. So here's a look at the actual passport that you get, this little purple booklet. Jan has a copy already opened. You can put your name in there so you know who it belongs to. And then they have a little introductory blurb here from Marty. As you flip through, they have each page divided up by country. They want you to look for the panda in China, and they ask a question about China. And look for Suzette the poodle in France. Look for a type of French cheese. Look for a stag named Franz in Germany, and a German composer of classical music. In India, a tiger named Tanvi, and a well-known Indian food. In Italy, a sparrow named Francesca. So it's actually not an owl. I wasn't sure what type of bird that was. Sparrow named Francesca, and something that goes into a caprese salad. And then a turtle named Hugo in Spain, and a famous Spanish painter. And then there's a bonus question here, which is actually at the kiosk. There's an extra QR code to scan at the kiosk when you get over there. And they said this one's completely optional. It's not necessary to get your prize, but it's in there if you want to do it. So they'll give you stamps for each of the items in the book like this. And then once you get all 6 stamps, they'll give you a series of buttons. And the buttons look like this. You get one small one for each of the 6 characters that you visited around the Eiffel Tower. And then you get this center button, World Traveler Grand Carnivale, with Marty P. Gras at the center. That's a really nice prize for doing all this. It's not even that difficult, but it's really cool that they do this. The yellow tape on the ground around the Eiffel Tower indicates the Grand Carnivale parade route, as indicated by the medallions on the ground. So if you ever wonder where the parade is going to be, they let you know with this tape. Very well thought out by King's Dominion. If the parade is going and you don't want to watch it, but you would rather leave the park instead, they have these clearly labeled signs telling you where to go to not get trapped by the parade. I wish other parks, namely ones down in Orlando with mice in them, had such forethought to put things out like that. it is at nighttime. Looks like they don't actually light up the letters in Carnivale, but they do light up the Eiffel Tower itself in some really awesome colors. Looks great at night. So that's everything for Grand Carnivale 2024. I would like to start off with the negative because I want to end on a positive note. First of all, if you stay over there from the start of Grand Carnivale till the end, which is what we were hoping to do initially since it's all in one small area, the music is incessant and it's very loud, so it'll get very tiresome, and it's pretty repetitive too, so it's a lot to listen to. I strongly recommend not staying over there for the entirety of the event if you can avoid it. Especially considering they have that QR code scavenger hunt game over there, which requires you to go on YouTube and watch some videos of the characters speaking to you. The videos are subtitled, but if you want to actually hear the characters talk to you, it's impossible to hear them over that music that's going the entire time. So I wish they could tone that music down a little bit, it would be a lot better. The other thing is, the event is a little bit confusing. It's a little bit of a minor gripe, but it doesn't really seem like it has an identity. It has an international food flair, but then it also throws in some Mardi Gras stuff with the Mardi Gras colors and the gator that's involved in the scavenger hunt. The two are similar, but not similar enough that we feel they should go together. I'm not sure why they decided to put those two things together. It doesn't really affect how much fun the event is, but it's just kind of a strange theme. And onto the positive though, the food was pretty good, and it's also a really good bang for your buck. So if you want to eat pretty cheaply, this is a good place to come for some decent food. Also, the parade was really impressive. It exceeded our expectations. The floats that were in the parade were amazing. We didn't expect that out of a Cedar Fair park. We found them to be significantly better than those we saw in the parade at Winterfest. I think that a lot of the people who watch this channel seem to like our Christmas videos, so I'm assuming that you like the Winterfest floats a lot, but in our opinion, we think that these are better. If you disagree, then let us know in the comments why you prefer the Winterfest floats. But overall, we really did enjoy the event, and we look forward to next year's event. We just wish it was a little bit longer to give more people a chance to come check this out. Especially with the scavenger hunt, that's a good family event to do over here. So if you enjoyed this look at Grand Carnivale, we'd appreciate it if you would give the video a thumbs up. And also, subscribe to the channel. Every like and subscribe is a big help to the channel. Also, please be sure to check out our Instagram page. It's appearing over the Grand Carnivale sign in the background. And then right beneath that is our Threads handle. And at the bottom of the screen is our email address. Please be sure to email us any questions, comments, concerns, constructive criticism. We read everything and we appreciate any feedback that you give. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for watching, but the fun's not over yet. Click the box in front of my face for another fun video, or click my tree to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss another video.